After the success of the Nick Craig video, we're getting more cyclists on the channel, and unfortunately, Wout was busy, so we have the third best looking male Coppola in the family. Behind me, Del Boy and Ben. We've got Ben on the channel today, so I put out some questions to you guys to ask Ben, and I've also added some in. So we'll do like a quick fire. Obviously some of you know who Ben is already. He's nervous for this, isn't he? Yeah. He's nervous, he's under pressure. Like, obviously you asked who's got the better banter. We don't really need to answer that one. We know. Del Boy's nodding, saying Georgie boy. Dad's watching as well. Right, so we'll get through a couple of the quick fire ones, the ones that didn't make the main bulk of it. But who started cycling first?
George.
It was me, but technically Ben's been probably doing it longer. He started.
It's about the same.
Yeah, he started as soon as Del Boy could get him on a bike, kicked him out the door.
Right, ready? Pedal. Keep pedaling. Pedal.
Pedal, pedal, pedal. Wow, look at you.
Oh, remember when you stop, you fall off. You got to put your foot down.
Fingers for eyelashes or eyelashes for fingers?
What does that mean?
What does that mean? Who knows? What do you want?
Eyelashes for fingers.
Your fingers fall off. You can't do that. Ben, also, any other hobbies has Ben got?
Oh, I played golf.
Golf. Yep. Someone asked what his handicap is. He's
haven't done it.
Haven't done it. He is the handicap. You know. Would you reckon you'd beat me in a round of golf?
Probably not. You know, muscle memory and that. So probably not.
How are you so much better than Giorgio? Do we need to answer that question? Like
genetics from Del Boy, really. I think you got the wrong.
Yeah,
wrong strap.
Del Boy gave me the looks and the banter. Yeah. Gave him the VO2 max. When do you move up to seniors?
Next year.
Next,
well, no, not really.
Sort of. Next year for cross, mountain bike.
2 years.
Yeah, he's still going to be junior for that. Someone asked what his hair routine is.
Nathaniel.
Yeah, Jason Mohammed. What's his name? I'm looking like a god over here. What do you know what his hair routine is for? Look at this slick Rick. What is it?
Just water. Well, today just water.
Yeah. That flap in the wind. You don't want that. We also had who is quicker at each discipline, XC, depending on the course.
Probably about the same.
If it's technical, obviously Ben. If it's technical, I'm out. Cyclocross, same thing. If it's technical, I'm probably out. Road, I'm a Cat 2.
I'm a Cat 3. Coming for my Cat 2 licence.
Mic drop. When are we going to go head to head? We've obviously raced a couple of times, but next year?
Cross next year.
Cross next year, head to head. Yeah, we're going to see who's the better brother, and also Del Boy's going to have to pick who to pit. Next question. Oh, yeah. Who is Del Boy's favourite son? Go on, they want you to answer this. Do you even need to ask this? Oh my God, little golden baby.
No.
Oh, look at that. Del Boy, answer it.
It's obviously 50-50. You're with him every day at work, so you get to, you know, interact, and then I get my interactions at home, 50-50.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I have to be with him at work, unfortunately. Del Boy, answer it.
What, favourite son?
Yeah.
Oh.
He's thinking about it. He's really thinking about it. Yeah, that's Ben then. Will Ben ever shave his legs? It's like 50-50. Have you shaved them? No.
Not today.
Bit of bum fluff on there. Takes him a while to grow the leg hair back. What's it like having the big legs but still being the second best looking brother? Phil Bones, I like you. It does say that. It does say that. Well,
who's quicker at the end of the day? Who'll make more money?
And there was also one more before we get into the main bulk of it that I definitely need to find. There's two more. Someone seen Ben does some running on Strava. Do you think that helps XC, or do you just do it for cross?
Probably just for cross, but I'd do it anyway just for fitness.
And then Carl Woolley, absolute hero. That's respect to you, sir. What's it like to live in Giorgio's shadow?
Wow.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, Carl. That was anonymous. You didn't ask that. Right, so we're going to get into the main bulk of the questions now. So, firstly, how did your journey into cycling begin, and what inspired you to take it seriously? Remember, I always have to tell the Rocket this: look down their soul.
Oh, okay, right. Probably because Dad just rode bikes, really. And then I kind of just, I think I was on like a push bike, and then took it a bit more seriously. Yeah. And I got to about 6 maybe, went to road racing on Wednesday night at Ilmore.
And Hillingdon.
And Hillingdon, and then probably just took it a bit more serious from there, really. Turned up to a few races. I did cyclocross at about 9-10 years old.
Yeah,
so
basically you've done it since...
about 4.
Yeah, like when his first Guildford crit, I'll insert a picture. He's the only person on the start line. It was like pre-London 2012, and I think you were probably 4, 5?
5, 6.
Gravel Granny probably knows the answer to that. Oh, that was another one someone asked. Who's your favourite, Del Boy or Gravel Granny? You can't be answering that. But it's Del Boy. Del Boy. So, are there any cyclists that have inspired your riding style?
Nino Schurter. He's just an all-round rider. You know, 35 World Cup wins, 10 World Champs. You can't really go wrong with that rider, can you?
And me. My techers.
Oh, I look up to George all the time. I always look for inspiration.
Thank you. That was the answer he was meant to give. Someone asked, what age did you start racing nationally? It was probably...
about 12.
Yeah, it's when you can get into the first bit. Ben, you would have been 11 because your birthday's December.
I think it would have been...
Did it work out like that?
Yeah, I would have been under 14 first year, so about 12.
12,
maybe
yeah.
Just turned 12.
And what's your one standout performance in any discipline?
Either coming second in national champs.
In what? The mountain bike or the cross?
I've done it 3 times. So I've done it in cyclocross as an under 14 second year. Done it again in mountain biking.
You've done
it twice. I've done it twice.
Oh yeah, you've done it last year, and also there was one where Seb won there in cross. So 2 seconds, close to the win. What's your one strength and one weakness? What's your strength first?
Getting in your head.
Getting in my head. Weakness. No, what's your strength? Probably
technical ability and about it.
That's it. He's only got one strength. I'm an all-round legendary cyclist. You can't all be Giorgio Coppola cycling. One weakness. Little power, little noodle legs.
Yeah, probably threshold power.
Threshold power.
It's not bad, but it's just not good enough at the moment.
Are you working on trying to improve that at the moment, training? What training have you done to get to your current level? Now, I've seen what training he does. It ain't much. You'd not be surprised.
I think I started training for the first time when I was 13 with Ben Thomas. That went alright, and then I kind of just ended it because I wasn't enjoying it as much. Went back to do my own thing, and then started again with you about a year ago. We ended that after champs, didn't we? And then did it a bit by myself through summer, and now I'm with someone else.
A lot of Ben's training when he was younger, you've done a lot of group sessions. He's much better when there's a group. Getting him to try and train on his own.
Social riding.
Yeah, he likes to be in a group. So you've done Chris McLeod's Tuesday night things, Monday night tracks. It hasn't really been structured at all, which most people will be surprised. And the other thing is you probably race yourself fit quite a lot.
Yeah, I'm always racing, so that kind of puts me in my place.
So probably the thing you like the most is racing.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of changed now. I don't not want to train. It's actually becoming fun now.
But do you find that since the step up to junior level, you feel you've had to...
You need to be training.
Yeah, when you're sort of under 16, you can just get out there, have fun. But the step up's been quite big, isn't it? Not just in cross, but mountain bike. You end up doing an extra half an hour. Yeah. It needs training. So that was probably a big thing. I coached Ben for a bit and he got on it. And
it worked.
It worked, but Del Boy makes me work too hard, so I don't have time. Someone also asked how his training's changed over the years from, like, obviously you started at 3, now nearly 17. So how has it changed?
I was probably doing training about 4 hours a week when I was about maybe like 10, 11, 12.
It was more for enjoyment, wasn't it?
Yeah,
You just
I used to
liked-
always go out on like trails and just on my big bike, enduro bike, and then just more enjoy it. And then when I got with Ben Thomas, I think I did about maybe like 8, 9. Didn't enjoy it at all, like just that long training a week. Got a view and I was doing like maybe like 10 to anywhere between like 18 hours.
Yeah, like I did try and get Ben to do like some more base stuff, because when he was younger, he wasn't training like massive hours, and it really surprised me. Like he can do like probably 3 hours a week and still be like at the pointy end. But I think it was where he was racing so much. So this question was asked a lot. Favourite discipline and why?
I'm gonna have to go with mountain biking.
Mountain bike XC. Why?
Yeah, way more fun.
More fun, less painful.
Yeah,
because
less painful.
you get a break on the downhill.
But I will say, any cyclocross course that's got ruts and just not thick mud, but just rideable mud that you can just ride through.
Like slick.
Yeah, that's an absolute must. Like,
What's your favourite cyclocross course?
Cyclopark if it's wet and not too muddy.
And what about XC mountain bike?
Cannock Chase, because where I got my first national win.
There, someone did ask national wins. That was your national win, wasn't
One
it?
and only.
And obviously with XC, like a lot of riders now are focusing solely on like one discipline. There's a few that like bounce between all of them. But do you see yourself ever being like a specific XC racer, or will you always race cross, mountain bike? You do a bit of road as well.
I think it's good to do all of them, just because it makes it more easy to enter new teams. Like, you can do all of the disciplines and still be in a decent team. But if you do one, like, you might be limited to opportunities in the future. So I think it's good to have a range.
If it came to it and a team was like, I want you just to focus on like being mountain biker,
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
You'd
If I was
do.
getting paid enough to want to do that, yeah, I'd
There.
get paid.
Get the note, get the checkbook out, Del boy.
Here comes the money, 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 money.
And obviously Ben's raced a lot abroad. People have asked about that. What was your biggest takeaway from racing internationally, and how is it different from like the UK scene? We'll fire it for, say, mountain bike. It's his favourite discipline.
Yeah. The difference is competition and the amount of people that are there. So for, say, French Cup, we'll have like 200 people in it, whereas a UK national will have like, what, maybe max 60. And this, it's just like crazy. The speed, the power they've all got. I think it's more like where they live, like the mountains they have. They can just go hours climbing, whereas in the UK you've got to travel hours to find climbs. Well, where we live at least.
Yeah.
So definitely, like, competition wise, it's just a massive step up. But the courses, they're crazy. Like, they're pretty cool. There's big features, like if you're a good technical rider you'll be absolutely fine, but like if you're not, for instance, like you might be struggling a lot. Like, don't want to be rude, but if you went to a French Cup you might
I'd
struggle.
probably win, wouldn't I?
You
Like-
might struggle on the technical, but you might be decent on the flats, put it that way.
Yeah, so even Dad mentioned that when they come back, like the technical step up's higher. And I think we don't realise in the UK, like until I've obviously raced abroad, you realise the jump up, and you're you see these pooler riders in the UK, you're like, oh yeah, they're good. And then there's that from every country that come together to really raise the level. So that, and then obviously Ben's heading out to Belgium this year. Have you got any goals? He's racing the Christmas block in Belgium. The first race is just after
27th?
Yeah, I think it's the Lonehout one.
I had a terrible race I lost.
Yeah, so it's one of them. So Ben's doing a Christmas block out there. Have you got any goals for them?
Grab some UCI points.
UCI points. I think will that be top 10s?
Top 10 or 15, but you know, I might as well be ambitious. I'll go for a top 5 podium.
Top 5, all in. You've had a second place at National Champs Cyclocross. Do you think in January you could take the top step, bearing in mind the level of riders in the UK at the moment is crazy. You're all sort of bunched. I think in the last race it was 40 seconds between like 10th and 1st. Do you reckon you can take down the Amy's and Seb Grindley and...
Oh, that's a big ask.
Big ask. He's thinking yes, but he's scared to say it.
I'm scared to say yes because I could get rinsed.
That's a yes. You're going down, boys.
Yeah. Grindley, national stripes are mine, mate.
Ooh! Del boys like.
Can't wait to get up to Scotland for this race, can you?
Well, you can probably, we've got these new mics, you can probably hear Del Boy panting. A lot of people ask the question as well on sponsorship, getting into a team, and I'm also going to add my 2 pence into this. I know it's Ben's interview, but how did the transfer to Scott come about, and have you got any tips to getting signed or sponsored for riders?
Tips would be right time and right place. Going to the right places is definitely a key part of it. So, like, say Cannondale were holding a race and it was their big sponsor and they're there, you'd probably want to go there because they're there. Or Scott's holding a race, you'd want to go there because they're there. And it's just recognition, really. You just need to get the results, you need to get your name out there, and once they realise you're there, they'll just pick you up instantly.
From my perspective as well, there's like 2 avenues to get in sponsorship, and trust me, it's not easy. I've like contacted companies recently because I'm trying to do something and it's all top secret, but they either want you to be the best in the country, which there's only one of that in each category, or they want you to have a big following. They want you to be Cameron Jeffers, Cameron Mason with a big following. And that is sort of where it's going now. It doesn't matter if you're like, so you sort of need to be able to offer the brand something. You've either got to win and get their jersey on the top step, or have you got followers on Instagram, YouTube, stuff like that. And that is the way it is now. So people have asked me who I'm if I have sponsors. It's not, it's all funded by me and the bank of Dad. But since riding for Scott, do you feel any added pressure to perform?
100%.
Definitely.
It will happen with anyone joining the team. Like, you've probably got pressure from Dad wanting you to win a Wessex League.
No, I don't think Dad cares. I mean, Dad's more bothered if I turn up to work on Monday. But
no, 100%. Like, you can't be turning up to races and not getting the results, because otherwise it's just not gonna end well. Really.
There's the added pressure, and I think you want to perform as well because your peers are probably looking, thinking, "Oh, I wanted that spot," and stuff like that. So I know it feels like people are chasing me to get in the 4th team, but I'm holding them off. I'm having to scrap them off Del Boy's back. No, I'm not really. And how are you dealing with that? Like, are you getting a lot more nervous before races now?
I used to get really nervous. Like, I used to throw up after the race just from nerves. But now it's just stopped, you know. I don't, like, pressure's pressure. Get over the race. It's kind of come normal because I do it so much. And I think doing it a lot has actually helped me more than not doing it as much. Yeah,
and I think no matter what level you're at, everyone gets nervous. Like, if even like the experienced Del Boy, if we stick him on the line, I imagine, would there be nerves?
Yeah, there would be nerves.
Even at Agoric, you'll get nervous.
You'd be nervous. Yeah. Del Boy said yes if the camera didn't pick that up.
Can I just go to the toilet quickly because I really need to toilet?
Yeah, go on then. Rocket's ruining the bloody hell. She's meant to be the director of this. Self-directing.
Don't know if you can insert a picture of it, but like all of the venues.
Yep, so national venues I'll pop on the screen now.
They are more of my type of courses. There's no real rider that has a threat to me, I don't think, and I haven't seen in the past. Like, I really struggle on hills, on a mountain bike as well, but all of these courses are actually moderate. Like, they're not really crazy.
There's not really any courses in the UK that are that climby.
Other than Woody's.
Woody's Bike Park, and that's not in it. So I think that's what Ben's trying to say. Like, the course that probably would have stomped him the most was that. National Champs is at Dalby Forest for mountain biking. What are the expectations for that? Obviously, you were 2nd last year as a first year. You'll be going into it. The youngsters that are coming up from the youth categories will be like desperate to win it as well, so there's some challenges from that perspective, but what are you hoping for?
Obviously the win. You've got to be thinking about the win already. I dream about it already. I've had a few dreams about it, so.
There we go. Not what I'm dreaming about, but...
but no.
Can't be... Cut that. obviously it's you, Rocket. She'd give me a ride there. Look, who's in your dreams?
No, but me and Dad, we've ridden that course, haven't we?
So you've been to Derby Forest. Do you think you'll be going up there before to have a look?
100%. I think we're going to
Delboy's not like.
No, we'll get Delboy on the e-bike, we'll do a few laps, find some new pieces that we find in the woods and have a play.
So, will you be thinking about doing any international races?
Yes. Well, that's if Delboy can fund me to get there.
Yeah, there we go. Delboy's got to fund. The Bank of Delboy's pulling through again, but hopefully he can get out, do some. Like, really, Ben wants to try and step up to that World Cup level. And what do you think it'll take? Like, I know personally a big goal for Ben is to get selected by BC to jump in and do a World Cup race. What do you think it'd take to get that selection?
I'll say not much more than last year, other than consistency.
Yeah, so
I think I was a bit unlucky last year with selection, I'd say, personally.
For Worlds, yeah, I think they had made their selection before national champs, and like if you were at that time, was working with Ben and we were trying to like peak for national champs. So if that's the case, some of the races before we might have been like training through that week. And you're going in tired, but yeah, probably more consistent results is the big one. And the final question, you're currently studying at college, which means making training difficult because you're not getting back till 5. What are the plans after college? Are you thinking about taking like a year out to solely focus on trying to be a cyclist? Do you want to try and juggle work and cycling?
I don't want to work, I'll be honest.
I don't want to, neither do I. No one wants to work.
So
apart from Delboy, loves it. do you think uni is an option? Or?
Absolutely not, I don't want to be in 50 grand debt.
He ain't got the brain cells, has he, poor sod? That's why he rides his bike. Yeah. What is it, actually, before we do that, what is it you like about racing? Do you actually enjoy the pain? Or is it just the competitiveness of it?
I enjoy the pain. The pain's part of it.
Yeah,
the pain's part of winning.
I've been thinking recently, I'm not really sure what I enjoy about it. I don't know, I don't think I do enjoy the pain, but...
It's probably the relief after, really.
I guess there is that thing, you're always hungry to try and win. But yeah, so sorry, sidetracked there a bit. So what's the plan after? Have you had any thoughts about that?
I have, I've got a possible job.
Oh?
No, that I've made up myself.
Oh, right. That's how it works when you're born in the 2000s. You just make up jobs. Dad's thinking, what have I got to pay for now?
No. It would be self-funded, but I'd like to, so obviously I might take a year out and just go all in cycling, see how well I can do, see if I can get, full-time job with cycling. If that didn't work out, I've talked to Mum and Dad about this, I'd move to a different country. Say let's use Mallorca or Lanzarote as a destination. I'd put myself out there, make a website and just be a touring company, guide.
Touring guide?
Yeah, around there, because I know Lanzarote quite well. It's not a big place and it's not hard to find your way around. I just take people around for a day. I'm not asking for too much, I just,
Something to, basically looking for something to be able to fund cycling as a career. I know people that have done that, and I think there's touring companies that can do that. So basically what we need is Delboy to buy a villa in Lanzarote, and then you lot come out and Ben will take you on a tour guided ride.
You just pay me.
And he'll be the employee, he'll cook for you. Can you cook?
I made a meal last night for myself, it was quite nice.
Microwave meals for you lot. What else?
You do a bit of pasta.
Bit of pasta, dry pasta, that'll be a treat. But that is all the questions with Ben. I hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you for coming on. Obviously he was super nervous to do this. I forced him into it. But it's all good experience. So for any youngsters, if you're able to get on the camera, it's good, if you can show a brand that you're happy to be on camera, stuff like that, it massively helps. Work hard, race hard, and we will find out who the favourite son is next year when Delboy has to pit for one of us.
I'll be ahead, so it'll be a bit different. There'll be a gap between us, so it'll be alright.
We will see about that, won't we? But I hope you've enjoyed the video.
So nervous.
No.
Del Boy, who is your favourite son?
No way! That is a joke.
I still ride for fourth.
Yeah, it's just I've got a job I need you to do Monday.